Okay, now what do you see? Yes. What's that?
Hair?
Turkish food is considered as one of the most diverse in the world. We are in Istanbul, and what better way to explore a new country than through food?
That is so delicious.
Today, we've enlisted the help of our friend, local foodie and pastry chef, Istanbul. With her help, we will be showing you the must-try foods and drinks of Istanbul. And make sure you stick around till the end, where I eat a very obscure dessert that has a very unexpected ingredients.
Okay guys, so this is a typical kahvaltı restaurant, means breakfast. Okay. Breakfast is a big deal over here. We're just gonna start with my favorites basically. We will have some of the menemen over here. Menemen is a very typical dish. Everyone eats it most of the day, like every day basically. It's a type of scrambled eggs with some tomato sauce. Okay. It can come with like different cheeses, different vegetables or stuff. This will be like a savory thing, and then we're gonna get some type of typical honeycomb basically. Ooh. And some kaymak. I think kaymak is quite special. Honey is everywhere, but kaymak is very Turkish. Hey. This is exciting.
So obviously we have to start a food and drinks tour with some Turkish tea. Now we've had this a few times already. Every Turkish person seems to drink this any season, any time of the day, it doesn't matter. It's always time for Turkish tea and sugar. We both like it quite sweet, but it basically is just regular bitter tea, I would call it, black tea. Cheers. It's very hot. It's very hot.
Literally just come out. So here we have some Turkish bread. This is a form of breakfast bread called kete. I'm gonna take some of this cheese that is buffalo milk. Oh. And then some honey. Oh.
It is both ways. Yeah.
Let's see what this is like. Ooh, that's honey, it's so sweet. Wow, that is really tasty.
So the cheese isn't necessarily cheese, it's just the fat top layer of buffalo milk, so hence why it's probably quite neutral. Oh, wow, that's so good. Oh, I love that. That is like the best honey ever. So we're gonna try the savory dish now, which is menemen, which is kind of similar to shakshuka in the sense that it's got the tomato sauce, the eggs in there, and green pepper, but the eggs are scrambled in this sense as opposed to just plucked in there. It's also had with bread, which is something that I quite like about Turkey. They have bread with everything. Oh, and there's cheese in this one too, right?
Yes.
Forgot about that. Well, that's like a hearty, warm, definitely a nice breakfast dish, but I'd eat this any time of the day. 100%. I like that. It's good?
What a great first meal to start on. I think we'll be eating a lot of that honey and kaymak during this trip. On our way to the next place, Asia is taking us through Küçükkumu Street, a more local area of the city centre of Istanbul, filled with artwork, antique shops and colourful buildings. The first main meal of the day today is at this place, a restaurant called Baran. After a matter of seconds of ordering, a dough is rolled through a machine, covered in a meaty spread and thrown in the oven, and within 2 minutes, a perfectly cooked lahmacun is ready for us to eat, alongside one of the many local drinks we're going to be trying today. This one is a form of salty yogurt called ayran. Let's see what it's like.
So it's simply just like yogurt, salt and water. We just whip it out. A little bit of salt, yes. It is we eat yogurt always salty.
Okay.
Yeah. Only kids maybe eat like fruity yogurt.
Okay.
So you're trying? Or
Yes.
We say şerefe. Şerefe.
Şerefe. Wow, that's not at all what I was expecting. It is salty.
It is salty. Yeah.
I like salty stuff, but with yogurt in my head, it's meant to be sweet.
It grows on you.
Tastes like salad dressing a little bit.
Kind of. Maybe like kefir.
Yeah.
Kefir, buttermilk. Yeah. Like I said, it grows on you.
Yeah.
That's so salty. I don't like that.
It's not for everyone.
That's not for me. For me, it tastes like something's gone off. Like really sour. My eyes are watering now.
So it's like basically 2 pieces, this one. So you start with the lemon juice, you just like pour it all over. And after, whatever you want from here, for example, I don't like onions, but it's up to you, however you like. You will just have a little bit inside, and then a little bit of the acılı ezme, like spice mash. This really also gives a lot of flavor. Like I do this right in the middle, and you don't want to fill it too much, otherwise you don't feel the pizza. Right? You will just like roll it. Kind of like a burrito.
Yeah.
Like this.
Oh, that's nice. The lemon really brings out the taste in everything. Quite meaty, sour, not spicy, very nice.
So this one, Ali Muhiddin Haci Bekir, this is like the name of it. It's one of the oldest confectionery shops over here. So we're here to try the Turkish delights, but when it comes to Turkish delights, you can get good Turkish delights and bad Turkish delights.
Okay.
And bad Turkish delights are more out there, basically. It is more like colorful, a bit more touristic.
Okay.
It looks nice, but it doesn't taste good. So this is exactly where Turkish people are buying their Turkish delights from.
Okay.
So all of these are different Turkish delights with like different flavors. Most of the time it's either the nuts like hazelnut, pistachio, almond, these are the things that's changing, or the fruity flavors. So it can be like orange, pomegranate, different versions.
Okay. So this is already my favorite time of the day. It is Turkish delights time. We are sat in a very old school confectionery place called Ali Muhiddin Haci Bekir. It's written down here. We're here for the Turkish delight. Now we have a few different flavors. We have rose, we have pomegranate and pistachios, we have lemon, we have hazelnuts, orange, and then a coconut roasted almond variation here as well, alongside some Turkish tea, of course. I'm gonna try the rose one. It smells nice. Oh wow, it actually smells like rose. In a good way, it smells like rose because you don't want to be eating flowers necessarily, but that's like sweet, understated. I feel like a fancy old lady eating this. This is so good.
I don't know if I've ever actually really tried Turkish delights. I know my mum likes Turkish delights. Hello, mum. I'm going to try one of the nutty ones. This is pomegranate and pistachio. Wow, no, delicious. That is lovely. Wow, really nice. It's lovely, really nice. Oh, my new favourite thing, Turkish delight.
Good thing we're in Turkey.
Yeah, delicious.
So yeah, we are having dürüm over here. It's a type of wrap. Dürüm is, it can be made from chicken, tomato, vegetables, everything can be dürüm basically.
Right, okay.
We are here in this shop because they are cooking both the bread and the meat on the actual charcoal rather than the grill, you know, like electric grill. So yeah, they are making it in a very traditional way.
This is a type of flatbread called lavash. Whilst it's cooking, the fat drips off and he puts the meat in the bread so that the fat all drips in. Sorry for all you vegetarians. And then we also have some pickles, chilies that are meant to be a little bit spicy, so I'm going to stick some of those in there. And we realised that Anthony Bourdain has eaten here.
So you know it's good.
Well, it doesn't always mean that it's good, but you can assume that it will be good. Wow, that is delicious. Nothing like any kebab you would get in the UK. You could taste the smokiness of the charcoal on the bread and on the meat as well. And I'm not usually a huge fan of raw onion inside something like this, but it kind of goes together well. The meat is tender, nothing inside this is dry. Best kebab I've ever had.
So I've got my kebab. Now I've just been told that even though I think a kebab is anything that's got meat inside, that's not necessarily what it means. It means anything that's been marinated and cooked on coal. But in mine, it's more cheese oriented. It's still got the same raw onion, bit of parsley, tomato in there, but there's no meat. It's just cheese. That is so delicious. Like Dylan was saying, you can see how moist it is. There's no sauce necessarily in there, just everything is nicely marinated. I like onion, and the raw onion is really adding to this. Even if you don't like raw onion, it's like almost used as a herb in this instance, as opposed to like a filler. It is really delicious. It's approved by Anthony Bourdain. It's approved by Adriana. Before we move on to the next place, we've got to try this Adana shalgam, which is essentially like a fermented beetroot drink, which is commonly had with kebabs of any nature. Oh, okay. I should not have smelled it. No, look at that. So it actually does smell like pickle juice a little bit. It's not sweet. It looks innocent, pink, ooh, cute. Smells like the opposite of what it looks like. It's sour. It is straight up tasting a little bit like pickle juice. I don't love this one. I think I prefer the yogurt from earlier.
Give me a try.
Okay, you want to try it?
Pardon. Yeah, it does taste like what these have been pickled in. It's sugar-free, that's good.
Maybe it needs a little bit of a sugar after all.
I'm gonna say no to that one. The drinks for me today have been not my taste. Okay, now we're on to get some more small things to eat. Now, if you want to try any of the things in the video today, we'll put all the location tags in the description box below.
Kamera.
Me.
Yemiyor ama haberin olsun.
Yemez.
Yeah, he likes to eat, he's a nice guy. He likes, you know. Uzat. Thank you.
Thank you, please.
I'm a very good server. Thank you very much.
We're gonna try these two. Yeah. The stuffed mussels are stuffed with a type of spicy rice. Neither one of them tastes like mussels, honestly. It is like most of the other spices and other ingredients. And we have the fried mussels over here on a stick. Bir tık daha hamsi alabiliriz. Yeter.
Ben vereyim.
Vereyim lavaş.
So we're currently sat at Ardal Usta Kokoreç. Ardal is the chef and he's fried us up this feast. The mussel stuffed with a little bit of spiced rice. We've got some sardines that are sort of breaded, almost like corn flour covered and fried. So they look like this. And then we've got the almost sort of tempura mussels, all with some tartar sauce. So it's like a seafood feast, if you will.
Okay, so as you can see, it comes with two shelves. How we do it is you just squeeze a little bit of a lemon juice all over. So it has the mussels up and down, and it's filled with this rice inside, basically. So this is like a spoon. It comes with a spoon, so you just like scoop it like this, and eat it in one piece.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Almost perfect.
Doesn't taste so much like mussel. The rice in there, it's almost like a little bit spiced rice, like a spiced paella.
Simple, yeah, tasty, very good. And then we have the anchovies. Not as salty as the anchovies in Malaysia. There is bones in there, but not like bones like you'd expect in a fish. Nice.
Bye.
One of the really nice things about these little side streets in Turkey is that they're one, very unexpected, two, full of food and drinks and really nice people. So basically anywhere you can look, there's somebody having a drink, some coffee, definitely a lot of tea. And we are on our way to the next little snack foodie place.
And onwards we go. After the best kebab I've ever had, it's time to nibble on some tasty snacks. On the way to the next place, Asia takes us through one of the many small markets in and around Istanbul and shows us the tools used to make traditional Turkish coffee. But that's not what we're having next. Up next today is a traditional pickle shop. This place is full of anything pickled that you can imagine. Adriana loves pickles. Myself, not so much, but I'll give any chili a go. Pickles are an integral staple of Turkish cuisine, and a glass of pickle juice is famed as a quick, tasty and natural cure for headaches. I think I'll stick to ibuprofen though. Let's move on to something a bit sweeter, shall we?
My favorite time. We've just come to a place called Safa, which is a baklava place. They have some other stuff too, but we're here specifically for the baklava. Now, he offered us a tiny little piece. It wasn't even that tiny. He offered us a small piece of baklava whilst we were looking at the dish. Super delicious, but what we've actually decided to go for today is sort of a summer variation of baklava. They look like this. It's made the same way as regular baklava that you may have seen previously, except that the syrup is replaced with a sort of milky syrup and there's sort of grated cocoa powder on top. They look amazing. They definitely look a little bit messier to eat than the regular baklava. And if you've seen our last video in Turkey, then you would have seen us having some baklava at the Gulyolu, where that baklava was not like this because we ordered the original. Now this is less original, but also very much a favorite of the people. So let's tuck in. Oh yeah. Oh, that's actually really, really nice. It's obviously not crispy at all. So it's just like super moist, and like a little bit cool. I can see why it would be really popular during the summertime. Yeah. That is good.
Oh yeah, this is more like a dessert than a snack. I think I could eat more of these than a normal baklava because it's less rich and easier to eat more of. That one's probably the nicest one today. Really, really good. Asia Girl said there's one more place today she's going to take us that has a very interesting ingredient and she's not going to tell us what it is and it's not vegetarian. I got chocolate along or not.
You got it on your teeth, yeah.
Gone? Okay, good.
Bye-bye.
You look nervous.
This is a type of milky dessert. It has some milk inside and milk, rice, sugar, and this one ingredient that's secret. So what they do is they basically just put this into the tray, they burn one side and it caramelizes. This is just like caramelization simply. And then they will just like scoop it. A little bit of cinnamon all over. It's good.
Okay, we're currently in Karakoy Muhallebi and we have this dessert which has a secret ingredient in there.
Okay, you have to take care of the texture. It will give you the clue, the texture.
Shall I eat all of it?
Yes. What does it taste like?
A little bit cinnamon, a little bit burnt, but taste and texture, I don't know. Like,
Okay, now what do you see? Yes. What's that?
hair?
It's not hair.
It's like bone marrow or something like that, or
It's not bone marrow. But you're getting closer, you know?
muscle?
It's not muscle.
Can you guess?
I know what it is.
I don't.
Oh, you know what it is.
I know what's inside.
Would
Which
you
is
eat?
why I'm not having it.
So that gives a little clue that this is not vegetarian.
Yeah, I know it's not vegetarian. That's why I was. But
Don't think along the weird path. Think along what do you normally eat, but you wouldn't necessarily put in a dessert.
what's like meat?
Yeah.
Like beef, buffalo.
No.
Buffalo. Sheep.
Should I go ahead?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just show you. So as you can see, it stretches out and it has this kind of like a hair-like fibers, which is kind of like shredded chicken, simply. It's chicken. It is called kazandibi, this one. The original version is simply directly translated as chicken breast pudding. I didn't know
No.
it was actually chicken until I was like 12, you know?
Bulking, not silking.
Yeah. What do you think about it now?
Not bad. I'll give it a 5 out of 10.
I'll take it.
Thank you very much.
Okay, bye.
Wow, what a day eating some of the most delicious sweet, sour, and savory dishes that Turkey has to offer. We couldn't believe how surprisingly salty that yogurt drink was, and it's safe to say that the Turkish delight was the most delightful I've ever had.
Thank you to the lovely Asia girl who showed us some amazing foods and drinks here in Istanbul, from the absolute classics to the somewhat more obscure local dishes. If you're interested in booking your own tour with her, her Instagram is in the description box below. If you've enjoyed this video, we think you'll really enjoy the video on the screen where we saw what we can get for $100 here in Turkey.